Hello everyone, my name's Elspeth, you're watching the Planeswalker Pantheon, and today we are opening up a collector's box of the latest Magic the Gathering set, March of the Machine. Let's get to it. Alright, I'm just going to make a little cut here with the trusty knife. There we go. Alright, time for some sparkly, shiny, special things today. Because sometimes you just need a little bit of that. I love this artwork. Elspeth has been one of my favourite Planeswalkers since I started playing. And we got our wonderful collector packs of March of the Machine. Alright, let's start on in with this first one right here. Now watch as I hopefully don't have to struggle too hard to open these gosh darn packs. There we go. Jeez, I hate the design of these new packs. Alright, start with some foil commons. Some foil uncommons are foil battle, foil pretty mountain. Our first rare is Inga and Eska. 2 green and blue, legendary creature, human god, 4/4 creatures. You control a vigilance and have tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana to only cast a creature spell. Whenever you cast a creature spell, if 3 or more mana comes from creatures with spent to cast it, draw a card. So it goes right into that Convoke theme. We have Transcendent Message. X and quad blue for an instant, convoke, draw X cards. Pain Distributor from the Commander deck. 2 and a red creature, Devil Citizen, 2/3 with Menace. Whenever a player casts their first spell each turn, they create a treasure. When an artifact an opponent controls is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to that player. Sorry, whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into the graveyard. We have a foil Furja Judge of Valor from Kaldheim. Ooh, an etched foil Jury Master of the Review, I believe from Commander Legends. Ooh, and we have a foil alternate art, Croxa and Kuranos. So, for 3 and the full Mardu, legendary creature, Elder Giant Dog. 6/6 Vigilance, Menace, and Lifelink. When enters the battlefield or attacks, you may exile 5 cards from your graveyard. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Ooh, and this is the holo, is this like the holo treatment? For Lathril, the Bounteous Dawn. This is the first time I've seen this in person, actually. 2 green white legendary creature unicorn 2/2 with lifelink. The beginning of each end step, if you gained life this turn, distribute up to that many +1/+1 counters among any number of other target creatures. Well, that's kind of trippy looking to look at, but it's cool. And we have our token. Actually, I have never seen the spirit tokens for Quintorius. That's really cool, actually. Next on up. But yeah, that Lathril is so pretty to look at. Alright. Let's see how we go. With this next pack. We start off with the foil plains. Foil commons, foil uncommons, and flip card. Normal full art foil plains, sure. Liliana's Talent from the Commander deck. Black enchantment or enchant planeswalker. It has -8. Put all creature cards from your all graveyards in the battlefield under your control. Whenever a creature deals damage to enchanted planeswalker, destroy that creature. Nice. Inga and Eska. Again, but in the alternate frame. Flock Chaser Phantom, 4 blue-white, creature spirit, 5/5 with Convoke and Flying and Vigilance. When it attacks, the next spell you cast this turn has Convoke. Very nice. We have Quende Pride of Emerald in foil and their alternate art treatment. I believe this is an etched foil Tiamat Chosen from Death. We have a extended art foil Nahiri's Warcrafting, so 1 and 2 red sorcery. It deals 5 damage to target creature, planeswalker, or battle. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the X's damage dealt this way. You may exile one of those cards, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may play the exiled card this turn. Ooh, and we have a foil Niv Mizzet Reborn, slightly miscut because I can see the little dot on the top left corner. For the full Wooburg, legendary creature Dragon Avatar, 6/6 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each colour pair, choose a card that's exactly those colours from among them. Put the chosen cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. An incubator token right there. Next one up. Oh, that kind of ripped. There we go. Inspired Charge, Pretty Forest, foil commons and uncommons, foil full art land. Complete the circuit. 5 and a blue, instant Convoke. You may cast sorceries this turn as though they had flash. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell twice. You may choose new targets for the copies. Dusk Legion Duelist, 1 and a white creature, vampire soldier, 2/2 with vigilance. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put onto Dusk Legion Duelist, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Orathorn, Hero of Lavabrink, 3 and a red, legendary creature, human soldier, 3/3. 1 and a red, tap to create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control. It gains haste. Sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. For 6 and triple red, create 5 tokens instead. Same clause there at the end. We have an Immorti. I believe this is the normal foil. I can't quite tell from this angle. Celebrant of Bounty. Ooh, and we've got the holo foil of Inga Runas. I hope these cool foils are kind of coming out on camera there. I'm trying my best. But they look really cool. And we have a foil alternate art of Omnath, Locust of All. So for the full Wooburg with the black being Phyrexian black, legendary creature Phyrexian Elemental 4/4. If you lose unspent mana, that mana becomes black instead. So you're basically banking black mana, like the original Omnath used to do for green. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card if it has 3 or more coloured mana symbols in the cost. If you do, add 3 mana in any combination of its colours and put it into your hand. If you don't reveal it, put it into your hand. We have Gigantha the Wellspring in the foil alternate art. And our incubator token right there. Oh, sorry. Gigantha, jeez. 4 and a hybrid Gruul, legendary creature Elemental Elk, 5/5 companion. No card in your star deck has more than 1 of the same mana symbol in its cost, so good friends with Omnath. Tap to add the full Wooburg. Can't be spent to pay generic costs. So very good friends with Math right there. Sad that it got completed. I always wanted a full Wooburg, but hey, if it was going to happen here, it may as well have been a Phyrexia. Alright. 4 commons. Foil uncommons. Foil Full Art Island. Invasion of Segovia. 2 and a blue, Battle Siege. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 blue Kraken creature tokens with trample. Has 4 defense counters. And when it transforms, it's Catus, Sea Tyrant of Segovia. I know I've probably flip-flopped on a bunch of pronunciations for these names. Legendary creature Serpent, 3/3. Non-creature spells you cast have Convoke. At the beginning of your end step, untap up to 4 target creatures. Doomscar Warrior from the... I believe... No, it's from the main set. 2 and 2 green, creature human warrior, 4/3, backup 1 and trample. When this creature deals combat damage to a player or battle, look at that many cards on the top of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Path of the Animus, 3 and a green, sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Will of the Planeswalkers, starting with you. Each player votes for Planeswalker Chaos. If Planeswalk gets more votes, Planeswalk. If Chaos gets more votes, or the vote is tied, Chaos ensures. Oh, this is for the Plane Chase command decks. I forgot that they did that. Shana says Legacy from Dominaria United. Emoti Celebrant of Bounty in the etched foil. Ooh, Rona Herald of Invasion. 1 and a blue, legendary creature, human wizard, 1/3. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, untap Rona. Tap, draw a card, then discard a card, and 5 and a Phyrexian Black to transform Rona into Rona Tolarian Obliterator, and this is also in foil if you can't quite tell already. 5/5 with Trample. When its source deals damage to Rona, that source's controller exiles a card from their hand at random. If it's a land, you may put it onto the battlefield under your control. Otherwise, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Oh, and we have, geez, this Zerdal's really pretty in foil. Again, I hope some of these foils are coming out clear enough. 1 and 2 Boros Hybrid, legendary creature, Elemental Fox. They really lean into the Firefox joke. Companion, each permanent card in your starting deck has an activated ability. Abilities you activate that aren't mana abilities cost 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce the mana cost to less than 1. 1 untap, target creature can't block this turn. And an Elemental and Phyrexian Hydra with lifelink. Next on up. Some commons, some uncommons, full art forest. Oh, we have Sunfall, 3 and 2 white, sorcery, exile all creatures, incubate X, where X is the number of creatures exiled this way. We have Heliod, the Radiant Dawn, 2 and 2 white, legendary enchantment creature, god, 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, return a target enchantment card that isn't a god from your graveyard to your hand. 3 and a blue, transform Heliod, the Radiant Dawn. He then becomes Heliod, the Warped Eclipse. Apparently, these transform creatures are sort of tied, I just did a bit of reading, are tied to, you know, iconic Phyrexian creatures. This is apparently meant to be the Consecrated Sphinx. Legendary creature, it's Heliod, the Warped Eclipse. Anyway, legendary enchantment creature, Phyrexian god, 4/6. You may cast spells though they had flash. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each card your opponents have drawn this turn. You have an Ica Elixir, 4 mana artifact. If you would roll 1 or more planar dice, instead roll that many planar dice plus 1 and ignore 1 and tap to add 2 colorless. Renata, Call to the Hunt in the alt art foil. And Tetsuko Umezawa, Fugitive in etched. And a foil extended art Voldaren Thrill Seeker, so 2 and a red, back up 2, 1/1. Sacrifices creature, deals damage equal to its power to any target. Whoops. Ooh, and we have an etched foil Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger. 6 and 2 green, legendary creature, Phyrexian Praetor, 7/6 with trample. Whenever you tap a land for mana, add 1 mana of any type that land produced. Whenever an opponent taps a land for mana, that land doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. We have a First Mate Ragavan. That is actually kind of bent. And a Phyrexian Saproling. Next on up. Hopefully we get I want to get a Ragavan so I can say, I finally got my playset of Ragavans. If I don't, it's not a big deal. I can always buy like a single copy. Hopefully when they decide to actually give Ragavan an actual meaningful reprint outside of Modern Horizons. Alright, so we've got our commons, our land, our uncommons, battle, full art forest. Guardian of Girapa, 2 and a white, creature angel, 3/3 flying. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 other target creature or artifact you control. Return to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So, good little flicker. We have Errant and Giada, 1 white and blue, legendary creature, human angel in the alternate art frame, I might add. 2/3, flash, flying. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast spells with flash or flying from the top of your library. Path of the Pyromancer, 4 and a red, sorcery. Discard all the cards in your hand, add red for each card discarded this way, then draw that many plus 1. Then it has the Will of the Planeswalkers, which I think is the same for every single one of these paths. Rona, Sheoldred's Faithful from Dominaria United. We have the Holo Foil of Shana, Sisay's Legacy. Foil Extended Art Doomscar Warrior. We've already read this once before. Ooh, and a foil Taser Karlov. 2 white and black legendary creature, Human Advisor, 2/4. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So, Death Harmonicon. Creature tokens you control have Vigilance and Lifelink. So, even in draft, if you happen to have a bunch of incubated creatures, Taser will help you out. Speaking of incubations. But I love this artwork for Taser. This artwork. I like the Ravnica alt art frame really nicely. Alright, got our commons. Once again, I love Placid Roadtail, by the way. Elspeth Smite, Nuka Penna, Forest. Invasion of Ixalan. 1 in a green, Battle Siege. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them and put into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, and it has 4 defense. It becomes Belligerent Regisaur. 4/3 trample. When you cast a spell, it gains indestructible until end of turn. Extended Art Nihiri's Warcrafting. 1 and 2 red for a sorcery. It deals 5 damage to... Actually, we've read this before. I won't go through it again. I'll try to remember as much as I can. Interdisciplinary Mascot. Again, I don't recall this card at all. 6 and 2 blue. Creature Elemental Fractal. Convoke Ward 3 5/5. When enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put 1 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Inga Runeyes from Kaldheim. I love this artwork, actually. Ooh, we have a Holo Foil Quende. 2. Chrome Host Seed Shark. 2 and a blue. Creature Phyrexian Shark. 2/4. When you cast a non-creature spell, incubate X, where X is that spell's mana value. It's what happens from the Sharknado. We have a foil Vorinclex in the old frame. Or foil original Vorinclex, I should say, in the old frame. I should be a bit more specific. Next pack, anyways. Can't wait to add new stuff to my Clear My Chaser Commander deck too. Jeez, these packs are getting harder and harder to open every time. Got our commons. Our that's meant to be here. Uncommons. Full Art Mountain. Into the Fire. 2 and a red sorcery. Choose 1. It deals 2 damage to each creature, planeswalker, in battle. Put any number of cards from your hand onto the bottom of your library, then draw that many +1. Ooh, we have Pelucranos Reborn. Triple green, legendary creature, Hydra, 4/5 with reach. 6 and a Phyrexian white. Transform Pelucranos into Pelucranos Engine of Ruin. Legendary creature, Phyrexian Hydra, 6/6 reach and lifelink. When it or another non-token Hydra you control dies, create a 3/3 green and white Phyrexian Hydra creature token with reach and 1 with lifelink. So this is basically a Wormcoil engine. Kind of fun that they put it on Pelucranos though. We have Bitterthorn Nissa's Animus from the Commander deck. 3 mana, legendary artifact equipment. Living weapon, equipped creature gets +1/+1. When it attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Jury Master of the Review. Rona, Sheoldred's Faithful in the etched foil treatment. A foil Extended Art of Fairy Mastermind. 1 in a blue creature, Fairy Rogue, 2/1 flash flying. Whenever an opponent draws a second card that each turn, you draw a card. 3 in a blue, each player draws a card. This is Yuta Takahashi's championship card, by the way. We have Umori the Collector in the alternate art. 2 and 2 Golgari Hybrid, legendary creature Ooze, 4/5 with companion. Each non-land card in your starting deck shares a card type. As Umori enters the battlefield, choose a card type. Spells you cast of the chosen type cost 1 less to cast. And we have our incubator token. Next one up. There it is. Alright, so commons, uncommons, land. Oh, we have Borborygmus and Fibblethip. 2 green, blue, and red. Legendary creature Cyclops Homunculus. It's a 6/5. When Borborygmus and Fibblethip enter the battlefield or attacks, draw a card. Then you may discard any number of land cards. When you discard one or more land cards this way, it deals twice that much damage to a target creature. When a blue to put it into its owner's library, third from the top. Between them, they have literally 2 eyes and 2 brains. Breach the Multiverse, 5 and 2 black sorcery. Each player mills 10 cards. For each player, choose a creature or planeswalker card in that player's graveyard. Put those cards onto the battlefield under your control. Then each creature you control becomes a Phyrexian in addition to its other types. Dark Steel Splicer, 6 and a white. Phyrexian Artificer, 1/1. When it or another non-token Phyrexian enters the battlefield under your control, create X 3 colors Phyrexian Golem artifact creature tokens, where X is the number of opponents you have. Golems you control indestructible. So if you like the splicers, this is the Phyrexian Splicer. We have Yargol, Glutton of Urborg. 9/3, that's all you need to know. Shana Sisay's Legacy in the etched foil. And we have a foil extended art, Elspeth's Talent. 2 and 2 white enchantment planeswalker. Enchanted planeswalker has +1, create 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Whenever you activate a loyalty ability of enchanted planeswalker, creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain vigilance until end of turn. Ooh, and we have a foil Yorion Sky Nomad, 3 and 2 Azorius hybrid. 4/5 legendary creature Bird Serpent. Your starting deck contains at least 20 more cards than the minimum deck size. Flying, when it enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-land permanents you own and control. Return these cards to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. Phyrexian Mia and a Knight. Next one up. Alright, got our commons. Whoops. Our uncommons, our land. We have a foil Drana and Linvala. 1 and 2 white and a black. Legendary creature Vampire Angel. 3/4 flying and vigilance. Activated abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated. Drana and Linvala have all activated abilities of all creatures your opponents control. You may spend mana of any color to activate those abilities. Very nice. The Ozlith, the Shattered Spire, 1 and a green legendary artifact. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put onto an artifact or creature you control, put that many +1/+1 counters are put on instead. 1 and a green tap, put a +1/+1 counter on target artifact or creature you control, activate only as a sorcery, and you can cycle it away for 2, just randomly. We have Liliana's Talent, which we had before, I believe. Yes. We had Finn the Fangbearer in the foil alt art frame. We have Renata Call to the Hunt in etched foil. And we have Kogla and Yadaro. So 2 and in the alternate art and foil. 2 red and 2 green. Legendary creature, ape, dinosaur, turtle. 7/7. When it enters the battlefield, you choose 1. It gains trample and haste until end of turn. It fights target creature you don't control. 2 red and green. Discard Kogla and Yadaro. Destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. Shuffle Kogla and Yadaro into your library from your graveyard and draw a card. Oops. Oh, we have an etched foil, a Bosch the Prey Piercer. 3 and 2 Rakdos hybrid, legendary creature, Hellion Horror. 3/5 with companion. Your starting deck only contains cards with odd mana values and land cards. If a sorcerer you control with an odd mana value would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. Treasure and Vampire token. Alright. Let's keep going. Alright, commons, uncommons, land. Errant and Giada, we've already read this one before, but we'll appreciate the artwork all the same. You got the child in here? I've just had enough. Glissa, Herald of Predation, 3 black and green legendary creature Phyrexian zombie elf, 3/5. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose 1, incubate 2 twice. Transform all incubator tokens you control, or Phyrexians you control gain First Strike and Death Touch until end of turn. As if having one thing of First Strike and Death Touch isn't enough. Everything getting it is kind of worse, but I like this artwork. We have Death Greeter's Champion, 2 in a red, creature human warrior, 2/1 with dash, 3 in a red, backup 1, and double strike from the commander deck. Aegar, the Freezing Flame from Kaldheim in foil and alternate artwork. We have Arada, Coalition Warlord in the cool holo sort of style artwork. Deeproot Wayfinder as an extended art foil. 1 in a green creature, Merfolk Scout 2/3. When it deals combat damage to a player or battle, surveil 1, then you may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. And foil alternate art Anafenza, Kintree Spirit. 2 white legendary creature, Spirit Soldier 2/2. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, bolster 1. And an elemental and a Phyrexian Hydra. Last pack. Alright. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I've hit the Ragavan, but hey, there's no harm, no foul, no bruise if I don't get the Ragavan. I still have a bundle, but it's not a big deal. Got our commons, uncommons, full art swamp. Rona, Herald of Invasion, which we've read once before. Extended art Sunfall, which looks real cool. We already got this one too. Saintraft and Rem Carlos from the commander deck. Blue, red, and white. Legendary creatures, spirit human, 3/4. When it becomes tapped, create a 1/1 red human creature token if this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn. If it's the second time it's resolved, you get a 1/1 blue spirit token. If it's the third time, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying. Whenever you cast a spell that has Convoke, untap Saintraft and Rem Carlos. Tetsuko Umezawa Fugitive in the alt art and foil. Daxos Blessed by the Sun in the etched foil. Teferi's Talent in the extended art foil. 3 and 2 blue, enchantment aura of enchantment planeswalker. It has -12, you get an emblem with you may activate loyalty of abilities of planeswalkers you control during any player's turn. Anytime you could cast an instant. Whenever you draw a card, put a loyalty counter on enchanted planeswalker. And we have a foil alternate art Sram Senior Edificer. 1 and a white legendary creature, Dwarf Advisor. Whenever you cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, draw a card. Good old SRAM. And our token. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe. It lets people know that we exist and that I'm just opening packs here for my entertainment, but again, hopefully for yours. You can follow me on Twitter, links down below. You can also find us at the Planeswalker Pantheon on Facebook. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.